now, just for the fuck of it. It's rolling.
You just rolling?
I'm just gonna roll. There's so much tape. There's like a 64 gig tape in there.
I don't think we shoot on tape anymore, Casey. And I'm not running this thing, but it's flashing remote now again.
Do I have to set it?
Red. It says, I see your remote, and I raise you not working. So let's talk about,
Anyways.
Are we rolling? It's flashing remote again.
Yeah.
This is so fucking...
Why am I not drinking alcohol? What's wrong with me?
That's a good question.
Fundamental error.
I mean, that's kind of what this is about. We hang out, we talk about, we do what we do. Ow, stop it. See?
Stop it!
Stop it. Stupid. You're hurting me.
So you got, what do you get?
I got brandy. Naka. No. Yeah, Nanika.
What's Nanika?
Something. So we're going to have a guest come in.
A guest.
A movie producer.
A movie
named
producer.
Christopher
Roosevelt. At any moment now, yeah.
Ninja Cheerleaders.
I sound good.
You do sound good. You've got like a radio voice. Do you want to like cover some topics? The guy's name is Jack Horner.
Jack Horner.
And I think that's who they used in Jurassic Park. I think he's the guy that they based the protagonist, paleontologist dude on. Yeah. You know, he definitely referenced Jurassic Park a lot. I mean, he's basically making Jurassic Park.
I liked how he was like, if you take the amber and you get a needle in there and you pull out the blood from the mosquito and then try to clone it, what you're going to get is a lot of mosquitoes.
There's a lot of mosquitoes, yeah.
I think the premise was that you'd be able to find some undigested DNA that was still the dinosaur DNA.
I mean, really, what's the chance of that? Apparently none.
Not bloody likely.
About 6 years ago, when I first learned about ontology recapitulates phylogeny, I didn't know the term, but I knew what it was. I'd heard it, you know. I heard the idea that...
That's a big phrase.
It's a great phrase. It's worth learning. So you can sound
I've heard it now like 12 times, and I still can't even repeat it.
Yeah, it took me a while. I still can't say it. I'm still stuttering my way through it. Ontogeny.
Ontogeny recapitulates.
Phylogeny. I'm pretty sure I'm saying it right. The evolutionary process from a germ cell, sperm cell, to a human body. You actually physically have to go through the evolutionary process.
The embryo in the womb.
The embryo has to go through all those stages, you know, and the genes are these crazy little on and off switches. They go on for this amount of time, they go off for this amount of time.
While they're on, sometimes you're a tadpole.
Yeah, so like you start off, you look like a tadpole, and then you go and you become a chicken.
You get a fish, you get a tail.
Yeah, and then the tail goes away because the gene turns off, or the gene or one gene turns on that kills the the tail portion.
So fascinatingly complex.
It's just order of operations, though.
It's fascinating how order dependent it is.
Yeah.
I mean, let's say you're in the womb, you're an embryo now, and your gene that turns your tail off doesn't come until a little later. Now you have a little tail.
尻尾の長い男に会うためタイへ。
その尻尾を見せてください。
すると男はタイを下ろし出した。そこにはそれにしてもこの長さ解いていた。
痛くないですか？引っ張っても。
全然。
痛くないんですね。
All genetic, disorders, it's like being a hermaphrodite, having blue eyes, all these things are all...
Wait, having blue eyes is a...
It was a very, very bad disease.
Yeah, it is. We have to find a cure for people with blue eyes. I'm going to start wearing... it has to, yeah. It's just a little...
To have these processes.
It's too bad, people with blue eyes, There's so many of them too. It's just sad.
One day we need 5K to get on top of that right away.
Yeah, definitely 5K exactly.
I wish I could remember the term.
Atavism.
Like in the embryo, you can see like making the chicken a dinosaur. Like taking all that information about when the genes go on and off. Like you take the pigeon, and the pigeon's got the velociraptor
hand.
The hand actually looks pretty much like the Archaeopteryx hand.
And then fuses together, but if you stop that,
then it has a velociraptor here.
Yeah, and I remember thinking about, I was like, can't you just stop it? Wouldn't you be able to just stop it at some point and get some interesting things out of it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't an elephant, if it has a common ancestor of a woolly mammoth, couldn't you just
turn off
the hairy killer
or turn
gene?
On the hairy, turn it back on somehow? Either way, turn off the thing that turns it off, or turn on or return it on. That reminds me, I heard, oh wow, there's gonna be a woolly mammoth. It's gonna be in the zoo. You're going to be able to go see a woolly mammoth someday.
I think they just haven't found enough DNA or whatever, you know?
How they pulled a whole woolly mammoth out of the ice.
This kind of work is not easy. Anybody who's been just to a fertility clinic knows how hard it is.
I would think there'd be a whole...
I mean, hair enough, you know?
Apparently, if you're like a murderer and you commit a murder, at least in CSI, you'll leave like one flake of skin. They're going to get your address just right off that. They put that in a machine, and then they get like something else, and they put that in another machine, and spits out your Google Maps.
I think there's like a...
What were we talking about?
I don't know, dude. Everything.
We got our guest here. Christopher Roosevelt. Yeah, come on, sit down. Woo! Yeah. Have a seat. Woo! Yeah. Woo!
How you doing?
Would you like a beverage?
Oh, I'd love a beverage.
Vodka or brandy?
Oh wow, you guys are doing it right.
Yeah. Which one? What do you want?
Some vodka.
Good choice.
Cool.
Hey, Christopher Roosevelt, writer, producer.
It's so humiliating.
Here today we were talking about DNA being spliced with chicken from dinosaurs.
That's what we were. Yeah, you were in the green room, and I think you overheard some of that.
Yeah.
There's no green room. I think you were prepped. I think we mentioned that you had an exciting day today. I don't know at what level you give details, but...
Yeah, I did have an exciting day today on a project that we're working on over at Sony right now.
Sony Pictures?
Yep, Sony Pictures. Oh, this is nice.
Yeah!
This is classy.
Is that just straight up vodka?
That's what you wanted, right?
Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah.
I couldn't do it. It's a man.
That's tasty. Yeah, so we're working on a project right now over at Sony. It's a sci-fi horror thriller, so it's kind of on par with the topic today.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah, definitely, because Jurassic Park fits right in there.
Right.
And it's genetic mutation.
I feel like now I want to talk about it.
Go for it.
Yeah, but we got to keep certain things like the nature of the creature.
Right.
You know.
But it's due. It's new. It's different. It's due.
Yeah, it's due, right?
It's due. Yeah.
Something different and new is due.
Yes.
Due to due.
Cheers.
That's pretty exciting though.
Yeah.
Good luck.
It's beyond luck now. I mean, now William Morris is involved. We're going to get one of the biggest directors in town.
Yeah.
William Morris, Sony Pictures. It's going to be a big deal. It's going to be, hopefully it'll be their tentpole movie for that year.
Tentpole.
Yeah.
Nothing phallic about that.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely. It's the big cock of Sony.
Yeah.
Thrusting into the movie market.
Flipping away.
Fucking your mind. And giving you nightmares. We hope to give you nightmares and a lot of stuff to talk about. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
but good nightmares. Me up for a long time.
Speaking of dreams and world, it reminded me of a book that I'm going to recommend right now that I just finished, called The Ego Tunnel by Thomas Metzinger, and it is
delightful.
Well, the whole idea is that ego tunnel. All of our senses come together,
right? Sight and sound,
to give us this virtual reality that is like a tunnel. Like we have electrical magnetic stimuli coming at us all the time, and we have these organs to turn that into like a small bandwidth of that information gets turned into something that we can use, and then our brain processes it, so it gives this illusion of sequential time. Tunnels are myopic because as a human being that has evolved, really we shouldn't be able to realize that we're in an ego tunnel because that's kind of counterproductive, you know. And so ways of getting out of the ego tunnel are beverages and
awesome.
psychotropic drugs and dreaming. Because what it's all about is it's all about agency and this sense of ownership. We have this sense, we look out from this point into the world. We think that we own things and we can control things. But when do those things go away? When we're dreaming. You don't have agency. You just have a virtual reality system that's lacking the parts in your brain are turned off that go, this is me now, I'm conscious, I can take this information in, I can control things around me. That shit goes away. Or when you're having crazy out-of-body experiences, you know, all of a sudden your agency is somewhere else and you're looking down, you know, and all these things can be turned on and off.
It sounds a lot like my ex-girlfriend. Very controlling and always looking down.
Yeah, okay. That sounds awful.
Way to lighten up the subject.
Not a recommendation for the ex-girlfriend. Have you guys ever had an out-of-body experience?
I have.
I've had
a.
no, that's not true. I think I have.
Have you ever come out of like anesthesia or anything like that and had weird?
I know you have.
I did have one.
There's some science going on with your history. Can we talk about that? Or
Yeah,
not?
we can. Definitely can. So I was involved in a science experiment. Do you know about this?
No. I don't really know you at all. What's your name again?
Christopher Roosevelt.
We just met.
I don't know if he briefed you or anything.
Who is this man?
But yeah, I was involved in a science experiment when I was a kid.
Crazy.
I was born with sickle cell and I had it really, really bad. And if you're not familiar,
so bad.
Yeah.
So bad that Christopher has participated in the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yes.
Oh wow! And
Yes.
Well,
I was anticipated to die.
Yeah.
And
that's crazy, man.
And I had a.
And his
stroke.
Wishes were
to not die.
Yeah.
And they were like, okay.
I remember you had 2 wishes that they were like, yeah. Cheers. I'm glad
I'll
you're
drink to
alive,
that.
Chris.
Yeah, thanks. Right? Yeah, I had stroke and heart failure and
Shit.
all kinds of stuff, and had to do physical therapy and that kind of thing when I was a kid. Well, my doctors, they, Dr. John Cunningham and Dr. Richard and a bunch of incredible doctors. Back in the 80s, they were developing stem cell research and bone marrow transplants, and so I had the 4th prototype written up for a bone marrow transplant in the world, and mine was successful, and so
like WD-40 is named after the 4th trial, or
So this is the bone marrow transplant 4.
Yeah.
And you were the first one that was successful.
the BMT4.
Well, I wasn't the first one that lived, so successful is
But in the long term
by yeah. I guess so.
Your life expectancy is normal.
I
mean, you're still an experiment, so nobody knows.
Is it like Dead at 21? Remember that?
I haven't
MTV?
seen that.
It was
I've heard of that.
Back in the 90s.
Yeah. It's more like, damn it, I was about to make a joke and I can't remember his name. Oh, fuck. Who's the dude in the Hulk?
Eric Bana?
Eric Bana. Yeah, more like Eric Bana. I'm kidding.
So what are your superpowers?
He gets to live.
Yeah.
So that's pretty super.
It's pretty super. Yeah, he gets to make blockbuster movies.
Yeah, well,
That is a superpower
That
itself.
is a superpower. So, but that's fascinating to me.
That is super fascinating.
And it's relevant right now.
Oh, you know what's crazy about that is that, so because of my bone marrow transplant, a lot of people don't know this, that my donor was my sister.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say hypothetically I committed a heinous murder.
Your DNA would
And
be
I
as
left
hers.
my blood at the scene of the crime.
CSI, are you listening?
Yeah, this is a
under a
great plot.
microscope, it is female blood.
Yeah.
My blood is female blood.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
There's so many
bizarre.
weird things out there that like can screw up. Like, we go, oh, DNA, testing is so
That explains why you're so
accurate.
hormonal.
And yeah, exactly. The mood swings, the crying.
The crying.
Yeah. The laughing.
Yeah.
Oh, they look great. I love these shoes.
Reminds me of
that was a horrible stereotype about women. We love women. Lots of women.
The more the merrier.
Not all of them,
Yeah.
but
The pretty ones. Moving on. It reminded me though, we were talking about like CSI or whatever. Have you ever heard of chimerism? You've heard of like Siamese twins and like hermaphrodites. All these are like, they're just instances of like when the shit comes together in the womb. It's like you either like are like a twin, fraternal. Okay, you could have the identical twin. You could be a
mirror also.